Hey, welcome back everybody. So behind me we've got a 05 F150, and this is a common problem on these vehicles. Basically what we've got going on is a brake line that has rusted out. It is actually one of the lines coming from the master cylinder down to the ABS unit. I'll show you how we repair that. And a lot of times you can't find the lines anymore because half of them are braided, half of them are steel, and they're discontinued. Sometimes you can get them at a dealership, sometimes you can't. So what I'm going to do is, well, I'm going to take a piece of copper and I'm going to make a rigid line with enough flex in it to where we don't really have to worry about anything with that. And I'll show you how I do it. So let's get into this, folks. All right, so if you can see that this line right here is the one that's leaking. If you notice, it's just about ready to break, and look, right there is the evidence of that. So what I'm going to do is, no point in just doing one line because this one's rusted as well. It's rusted here at this junction, rusted here, and that's normally what they do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and swap both lines out. I'll show you how I do it real quick here, and let's get into it. So first I'm going to take a 13 mil, get this broken loose, get this one out of the way. This one's the one that goes to the far side. Wow, that is stuck in there, and that's part of the problem. So in order to do that, I'm just going to have to go ahead and cut it off with my handy dandy little tool. So let's get it on there and spin down. Just go ahead and start cutting this off, and then that will allow the line to freely spin instead of getting things in a bind when you're trying to get it loose. Wow, it's sprayed brake fluid everywhere here. And we're about to make a mess. Okay. And that's a lot of times why I say just to go ahead and replace them both, because obviously if you're going to do that, and then once you get that free, it just literally spins right out. So there we have it. That one's loose. We'll get the one out of the box next. Now let's see what kind of flare that they have done on this. Looks like it is a inverted style flare. So we got a flaring tool right there, and we will make one of those. So I'll show you how we do that. But for now, let's get this line off. All right, so we got our little flaring kit right here. We need to go ahead and find a 3/16. Now what we're going to do is we're going to reuse this nut. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started up in here. We want about that much sticking through. Get it started tightened down. And then we're going to make a flare, folks. All right, there's that. Should be enough to hold it. Let's find our 3/16 piece right here, and that's not big enough, but what I do is I keep a chainsaw file handy just on such an occasion, and I'll go ahead and get it started in the hole and get it deburred a little bit to where our little piece will just slide right down in there. A little more. There it is. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get this on here. That's set up. I like to sit here and watch and make sure it's going to compress uniform. All right, and there it went. And there's the start of our flare. And it looks like we are pretty good. And there we have a double flare. All right. Okay folks, so we got the last line made with the bubble flares, so let's go ahead and get this bad boy on here. Should just line right up because I pre-measured it, so I wouldn't have to monkey with it so much. And there we go. All we gotta do is just tighten it down and that's it. And tighten this. Like I said, I like to where it's copper, I like to go ahead and take it down where it's snug, and then I will loosen it up, make sure it twists a little bit, and then snug it down so it's good and seated, especially on a bubble flare on these ABS units. So it's getting pretty tight there, so we will back it up just a little bit. If there's any adjustment to be made on it, now's the time to do it. Alright, now I'll just reach under here. Same scenario. It's tight, a little bit looser. Make sure it moves around a little bit. Proper seal, and then we'll snug it on down. And that should be all it is. Alright, so there you have it. That's how we do the brake lines on these Fords. Like I said, they're prone to rusting out because of the joints that's in them. It collects salt and moisture right there, and it rusts out right there just past the stainless steel. That was kind of their way to keep it from rusting, but inadvertently it done the opposite because it just collected corrosion and rust and salt from the highway and held it there, so the lines would rust out and fail. But copper should be good to go for many years. So if you want to do that, remember, copper, that's the way to do it. But anyway, if you like what we're doing, you want to see more of it, folks, hit that like button, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Thanks for watching.